Welcome back, friends. Lost Skype here. Time for more Great Ace Attorney. Real quick, I've already forgotten the voices I gave to... well, not them. Oh, those two people that just randomly showed up. They're gonna show up again, I'm sure, but for the voices I gave them already, so this is gonna be fun. Greeting, my dear fellows. You've returned a good deal sooner than I was anticipating. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Or should I say Papa Smurf? Not really, it wasn't blue-haired Papa Smurf had after all, but yeah. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Huh. Say nothing. Your thoughts are written all over your faces in any case. It turns out that it may have been advisable to test my hair color restoration tonic before application. Oh my. Pray tell me, what of our water friend? Have you garnered some new information? Oh, yes, something very surprising, in fact. Though it's not a patch on your hair, to be honest. It most certainly isn't. But still, we discovered that... Sholmes! Could it... Hey, I don't think it'd be Iris, so, one guess. Let's guess... the guy with the fish and chips. Sholmes! Nope, it's her! Got it wrong, I was close. Sholmes. Not everything, Sholmes. This is more important. I lost the voice for a second on her. That was the wrong voice. Gina? Technical. There you go. I can't Adam and Eve it. Sniff. Okay. There you go. What's happened? Is it Adam Eve means what? I can't origin it? Was it clearly a very grave matter indeed? Oh, Miss Lestrade made no mention of my hair whatsoever. Oh yeah? It's the boss. Oh god, is he dead? What do you mean? Inspector Gregson? The boss he's dead. What? No. What? Wow, look how sad Gina is. They just found his body. Shot with a pistol. What? No way, Gregson's really? But, Inspector Gregson? No way, he was murdered? No, not Gregsy. No freaking way. Come in, my dear girl. Tell us the whole story. No way, is he really dead? Alright, let's converse here. Inspector's death. Are you serious, Gina? Inspector Gregson was... He was really shot? I don't know much about what happened myself yet. They're still there, investigating the scene. Where did this take place? A little rented room in a building full of flats on Fresno Street. The outskirts of town? Nowhere near his home? He was perhaps investigating a case then. The thing is, no one at the yard knows nothing about no case around there. Oh, how strange. The boss he was so good to me. I know I ain't up to much yet, but one day I was gonna show him. I was gonna show him I'm become a proper detective. Oh, Guinea. The culprit. Is he really dead? So, did this? Do you have any idea who the culprit is? They got him already. Already? They've caught the shooter so soon? A witness reported something was going on, and the boys got straight down there and took care of him. Oh, what awful person did this? I still can't believe it myself. Gina? It was the Reaper. What? Yeah, I made a guess it'd be the Reaper, but still. What? Wait a minute! You don't mean... They've arrested Lord Von Zieks for it? That's right. That Reaper bloke's gone and shot the boss. No! Lord Von Zieks? What? Are you sure, Miss Lestrade? It's Beric Von Zieks the police have arrested? I saw him with my own eyes in the interview room at the yard. I don't believe it. But there were witnesses, and they're all saying it was him. So you mean there were actually multiple witnesses? They heard the gunshot, apparently. And when the lot got to the scene, there was only the boss and the Reaper bloke in the room. But there's no way Lord Von Zieks would have taken Gregson's life. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it either. Freaking psychic Sasada. Man, she's really sad. Jesus. Thank you for informing us, Miss Lestrade. This really is most terrible news. I'm dreadfully sorry. What are you saying sorry for? You didn't do nothing. Well, anyway, I'm taking a cab over to the scene right now. Please come and all, as soon as you can. You got to help. Dang, she was... Wow. Well done, that's a very sad character. It's a detective's lot to appear wherever some sinister plot has unfolded. Little wonder we all look haggard. Sometimes these things are almost too much for the nerves. Mr. Sholmes. What use is there in being a great detective if I fail to see something like this coming, How could I let this happen to Gregson? To Gregson! Mr. Naruhodo, I shall leave at once to begin my investigations. Of course, yes, we will too. It would be helpful if you could talk to Mr. Reaper and see what you can glean. I'm sure you're intending to do so anyway. Until later, then. Inspector Gregson dead, and Lord Von Zieks arrested. Luna, Susie, I've called you a hansom. It's waiting outside. Handsome? Thanks, Iris. Shall we, Mrs. Sato? Yes. The hell's going on here? I don't want to believe Gregson's actually dead, but holy crap if he is. Bold move to kill Gregson. The scene of the crime, a hidden room accessed from a small alley off Fresno Street in a quiet part of London. This is where Inspector Gregson was killed. We must investigate at once. Oh, no freaking way, he was like my best voice. 1st November, room on Fresno Street. Oh, there's a body there. There's a thing there. Does anyone see unlimited fish and chips? That would confirm everything. This really is an out-of-the-way part of London. I doubt many people find their way down this back street. So this dust-ridden, rented old room is where it happened then. So this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life. Yes, and the police are already hard at work investigating, it seems. I don't see Mr. Sholmes anywhere, though. Perhaps investigations have taken him elsewhere. Oi! What do you think you're doing there? Every one of them drawers has got to be taken right out so you can look underneath and all. I want the space above the ceiling checked. And don't forget to look inside the chimney stack, too. Blimey, ain't you lot never gone over an house looking for dough when the owner's out in town? Oh my god. Gina's obviously got some unique investigative techniques she wants everyone to adopt. Oh, so you've turned up at last. Mind you, I ain't been here long myself. Hello again, Gina. Jones has only just left. You're lucky you missed that. You went prancing around in there, pointing at stuff and flicking that at of his end, and then just, what the fudge? Okay, take this slow. You went prancing around in here, pointing at stuff and flicking at that hat of his, and then just scampered off. Okay, flicking that hat of his. Alright, okay, that's what got me. Oh, he's finished investigating already, you mean? There's a red wig over there. That's what I'm curious about. Yeah, he didn't stop to say nothing to no one, not even me. Gina, would you mind if we investigated too? Listen, Odo. You're a lawyer, right? Yes? Why? Well, you're not thinking of trying to help that Reaper bloke, are you? Oh, poor Gina. She's never going to forget, is she? That trial will haunt her forever. Gina, if you don't mind me saying, if Lord Von Zieks is really responsible for this crime, he will be duly and fairly judged in court. I suppose you're right, eh? Go on then, Odo. Get investigating. I want to know the truth about what really happened here. Thank you, Gina. Like, we're not gonna get him off free. Like, if he's the criminal, he's the criminal. Let's look here a second. The easy thing to check is that, not that. Go over. The wig! Ever since we came in here, I can't take my eyes off this thing. Oh, funnily enough, neither can I. It's a hairpiece, isn't it? It is! A bright red hairpiece. And I suppose the fact that it's right there next to where the body was found means we had to accept that Inspector Gregson wore wigs, does it? And in such a flame-colored red, too. Yes, that's a color we've come across very recently elsewhere, isn't it? Exactly. This is a vital clue, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Was it Gregson's or was it the one who killed him? Well, I suppose this is where the victim... That's right. The rope is laid around the body to show exactly how it was found. Poor Inspector Gregson himself has already been taken away. Would probably be under Dr. Sai's scalpel by now if not for what happened last week. From the shape of the rope, it would appear that the inspector was curled up in a ball. Are you feeling alright, Mr. Naruhodo? You look like you've just seen a ghost. I know it's just a rope, but... well, it conjures up quite a terrifying image, that's all. Especially with that bloodstain next to it. Oh, I do understand. In some ways, what we picture in our minds can be even worse than reality. Sato-san is so strong, though. She's taking this far better than I am. She was tearing up earlier. Oh, what's this? It would appear to be a little model policeman. It's rather charming, isn't it? In a way. Seeing as it's on the floor here, do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson? It's a little hard to imagine Lord Von Zieks playing with something like this. It's only about 8 centimeters tall. I could have fallen out of someone's pocket, I suppose. I think we should record it as evidence, just in case. Yes, I agree. It is rather delightful, after all, in a way. Yay. A gun! What? There we go. This is presumably the murder weapon, then? Oh my. It is real, I suppose. I think so. I think so. Guns are so rare in Japan, I really know very little about them. There's one way to know for sure, Miss Naruhodo. Fire a shot. No! If I did that, I'd be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent me in court. Slightly safer just to ask someone who might know, I think. The killer's revolver has been entered into the court record. That's enough. Talk to Gina. Although, maybe we should look at these. Oh, it's a photograph stand. I suppose it must be a picture of one of Inspector Gregson's family members. Ah! Is it Daly? What's the matter? Your eyes look like they're about to pop out of your head. They are. Look, Mr. Naruto. Quickly. Oh, snap! It's her! Why do I feel like this woman is familiar somehow? Of course she's familiar. We met her only this morning. Ah! It's Miss Virgil! Miss Vigil! This might be where her husband was staying. Or hiding. This makes no sense. Why would there be a picture of Miss Vigil here? To be frank, I don't think I've ever been more stumped. I'm sorry to say, I have no idea either. Frame picture has been entered, okay. Check this. Ah, my neck. This looks like some sort of notice board or something. And it's absolutely covered in scraps of paper. Ah, Mr. Naruto, look. This, you mean, it's an autopsy report, isn't it? And these are case notes here, and details of prison inmates. Yes, in fact, they're all sort of documents that only a detective could normally acquire. What on earth went on in this room? Les Daly was like his informant. Some old newspaper cuttings. Ah, and this one here. Oh yes, the advertisement, you mean. To the Red-Headed League. But why? What's that doing here? Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason. Can't look at that. Alright, I assume that's everything. Let's talk to Gina. Miss Lestrade. Gina, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place? That's what I want to know. It's what? Half a year since I got out of the clink? That's when I decided to give up on me diving and become a detective instead. Oh yes, Mr. Sholmes twisted the inspector's arm to agree to take you on as an apprentice, didn't he? Something like that. I think. Anyway, the point is, I didn't really know much about the boss till then. But it turns out, he's a bit of a legend at the yard. Goodness, really? They say he managed to solve some really tricky case, just like that. He did? Yep, and ever since then, he started going out on all sorts of investigations, but always on his own. No one else at the yard even knows what half the cases he's working on, apparently. That's not how it's supposed to work, is it? So what was the legendary inspector doing in a dingy little room like this? I know he had a lot of respect for the Reaper and all. And look where that landed him. Respect for the Reaper? In what way? I heard him say as much. I take my hat off to that fella with his words. Not how the general public feels, is it? Most people are terrified of the Reaper. Yeah, the boss said exactly why he respected the bloke. I didn't realize Gregson held the Reaper in quite such high regard. He said something else to me and all. That I didn't need to worry about the Reaper, because he only goes after people what are bad. It did kind of set my mind at ease when he said that. Weren't we in case 2 where he was worried about Gina? Or case 3? Right. Like, you're worried about the Reaper getting Gina and now it's okay? Okay. Crime scene. What is this place then? Does anyone live here? Apparently it's been rented by some cove called Hugh Boone. Hugh Boone? Huge Bone? I don't know. Yeah, Hugh Boone. Okay, let's go with that. Hugh Boone. It's a sort of here today, gone tomorrow name, that, isn't it? Yeah, he's what we call an unidentified person. We haven't been able to get in touch with him. I see. Well, judging from appearances, I'd have to say this place hasn't been lived in for a long time, if ever. Right, all the lads in the yard piled down to get stuck into the investigation. But it's so really, yeah, no one knew what to do with themselves. I do wonder. Yes, Mr. Sato? Well, could it be that this Hugh Boone is in fact Inspector Gregson himself? What? How could that be? Well, if he's investigating on his own, it's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office of his. I'd never even considered that. Nice work, Sus. We actually found a line of inquiry like that ourselves. You are? If you look around the room, you'll see there's a few things that hint at it. We should really investigate this place in detail. Real quick. There's Gregson. Tobias Gregson. Nope, there's no anagram there, so... no anagram for that name there. Okay. Gregson was 45, this guy's 51, 40, 36. Madam! 33? Alright, just looking at ages. These guys are 43? Wait, 43, 45. Oh, this guy was like their senior. Since these guys are 43, that guy's 51, jeez. He had 8 years on them. The little girl's only 10. Yeah. Incident. I see that's where the poor inspector was found. Over there. Yeah, that's right. They said it was a single bullet what did him in. Apparently the bullet went right through him and stuck that candle tree on the wall. Oh yes, it's blown one of the candles apart completely. Guess I gotta go look at that now. And the gun used in there on the floor. It's the Reapers in it, no denying that. What? Really? How do you know that? Take it easy. Hey, I don't know what to do with myself when you stared me with those big, wide eyes. I'm only saying what I've heard. I don't know much about guns myself. But there's some bigwig lawman, or whatever, who said so. Why don't you ask him? A bigwig lawman, is it? Anyway, Fresno Street runs along under that window there. There were some street sellers just outside who heard the gunshot. Oh, but I don't recall seeing anybody outside. Yeah, they've all been taken down to the yard for questioning, that's why. We're talking about the yard's legendary inspector here, after all. They'll be getting a grilling. Do you think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves? I doubt it. There'll be witnesses in the case. The lads at the yard will just want to know what you're snooping around for. You'll be up for a grilling and all. So we can't interview the witnesses then. Shame. Yeah, let's look at the candle then, since we didn't do that. The top one of the candles on this candle holder has been completely blown off. Yes, there's wax spattered on the wall behind, look. There is? I suppose if a bullet had hit it. It does seem likely that the bullet hit the candle, having first passed through the inspector's body. Ugh, now that wax on the wall looks like blood to me. And the labrum has been added to the court record. Alright, let's look at things. Court record. Take a look at some things here. So, take a look at the candelabrum. Ah, there are some black marks here, look! Yes, they look like some sort of scorch marks. Perhaps the bullet struck the candle here, do you think? It's only this one candle that's been cracked in half, it seems. Yes, I think you might be right. Firearms are rarely used by criminals in Japan. So I'm afraid I'm not particularly knowledgeable about them. Okay, that's all we learned? Okay. Yeah, that was not as helpful as I was hoping. That's just a picture of her. It's a gun! I suppose this must have been the murder weapon? Oh my. It is real, I suppose. I think so. Guns are so rare in Japan, I really know very little about them. Perhaps someone more familiar with firearms could shed a light on this thing. Staring down the barrel of a gun, son of a gun. Let's see if we get anything else. We're all toy soldiers. The helmet of this charming policeman appears to be a little worse for wear. I'm not convinced about the charming part, but yes, you're right. The head part looks like it's been fairly heavily manhandled. Almost as if somebody has enjoyed twisting it around and around for fun. Shall we try twisting it around and around too? For fun? Pop that off and... What? Oh, what's that? It appears to be some sort of key. But it's tiny, though. It couldn't be a key for a door, not that size. So what is it for, I wonder? It's a shiv. Definitely a key. This looks like some sort of key. Yes, it does. A very tiny and simple key. What's a little key doing inside a figurine of a policeman in the first place? And what's it for? Wig. Guess we're gonna look at a wig. I've always wondered what the underside of a hairpiece looks like. That doesn't surprise me at all, Mr. Naruto. You always want to see what lies beneath, don't you? I'm not sure that's quite how I'd put it. You must have to use lots of bird lime to keep it in place on your head. Bird lime or bird line? So it doesn't get blown off in a gust of wind, I mean. That might be a little inconvenient when you wanted to take it off again, don't you think? Yeah. Alright, I don't think we learned anything really. Is there more to look through? Okay, let's see here. Fireplace. An empty fireplace makes a room feel even colder than it would be otherwise, doesn't it? It's thick with dust, look. I think it would be fair to say it hasn't been used in a very long time. In other words, whoever lived in this room must have been extremely hardy in cold weather. Or nobody lived here at all and merely visited when the occasion arose. I wouldn't like to say which is more likely. No, that's right. It's one or the other. Let's see, what else is there to look at? The drawers? Look at the board. Not the guy. Drawers, no. Chair, no. Alright, dude. Excuse me. Oh, Inspector. Oh, sir. Poor man, he can't possibly be able to focus on investigating when he's so upset. Excuse me? Same thing? Sorry, sir, I can't see a thing, sir. Too many tears, sir. Right, perhaps I'd better leave you to your work then. Alright, so these cops are sad. Try the window next. We'll talk to this guy. Excuse me? If you're looking down on us from the great beyond, Inspector, don't worry. We'll look after things at the yard. I've interrupted some deep thoughts here. Somebody's very haphazardly nailed these boards over the broken glass, haven't they? You couldn't even really call it a window anymore. Well, if you remember the window in Mr. Natsume's room, that was totally blocked up with bricks. This one does at least still let in some light, so you could say nothing more about it. I'm starting to feel even more sorry for Mr. Natsume now. Guess there's nothing else to bring up, huh? Can I present things to Gina? Let's try presenting things, huh? Gina, what do you make of this? What is that? Evidence? Work something out about what happened, have you? Oh, no, not exactly. I ain't been long enough in the job to get all this deducting business yet. But I swear I'm gonna get the person what did this to the boss. There it is. Okay, skip that. Alright, see if there's anything. Gina, a gun! Okay, no. Okay. What about the wig? Or the toy soldier? The wig? Okay, now that's working. Okay, let's go ahead and just go to, examine one more time. Alright, guess we gotta go see the Reaper then. Move. Prison! Go see Lord Von Zeeks. After this conversation, we'll stop. 1st of November, local prison cell number 1. There he is, Lord Von Zeeks behind bars. So it's true, he really was arrested. He's sitting with his back to the wall, reading something. I don't think he's noticed us. Does he ever notice us? Lord Von Zeeks? Fancy meeting you here. The last place on Earth I'd like to be with the last person on Earth I'd like to see. I couldn't very well not come. We heard what happened. That Inspector Gregson was... Go home. This has nothing to do with you. But... we have to convince him to let us represent him, like we always have to do. Forgive me, Lord Von Zeeks, but I must disagree. Inspector Gregson was very helpful to us on a number of occasions. We're indebted to him. At the very least, we owe it to him to find out the truth about his death. You must help us with the investigation, please. There's really nothing I can tell you. What were you just reading at the back of the cell there? Was it something related to the case? This? The Yard isn't quite so cavalier with its information as to share case details with the suspect. This is a letter from an old acquaintance. Oh, who might that be? Someone you know as it happens? Albert Hairbrain. Of course, yes, I keep forgetting they went to the same university. And I would like to read my correspondence in peace. So let's get this over with, shall we? What is it you want to know? Strange. I mean, let's face it, Lord Von Zeeks never minces his words. But they seem to have less bite than usual somehow. He is in prison. Converse. What happened? Can you at least tell us your side of the story, Lord Von Zeeks? What happened? How much do you already know? We know that the inspector was shot dead in his small, rented room on Fresno Street. And that you were found there by the police when they arrived at the scene and immediately arrested. We were told that there was nobody else in the room, and that some witnesses heard the shot. Then you're well informed. And there's really nothing I can add. The truth is, I don't know what happened myself. But the gunshot! Obviously you didn't fire the gun, did you? I'm not in the habit of shooting the people I work alongside. I also heard the noise, however. Before I had a chance to investigate, I was apprehended by the arriving officers. So he doesn't actually know what happened. If I might ask, what were you doing in that place to begin with? I don't need to answer that. Oh! After all, you're not representing me. He's going to need a lawyer, though. Let's go with Hairbrain first. After the trial, Professor Hairbrain was supposed to go straight back to Germany, I thought. It's a letter to inform me of his safe arrival at home. I arranged his passage by sea and rail. It's a relief, I must say. He should now be beyond the reaches of the Reaper. Because the Reaper doesn't follow people abroad, you mean? Yes, so it seems. Your stooped little Nipponese friend, for example. He told me he was keeping well in Japan when I inquired the other day. Yes, that's right. He's an author now, happily working in Tokyo. So Professor Hairbrain is safely back in Germany now. He is. Until World War I. I don't remember what year this is. Your defense. Who's going to be representing you in court, Lord Von Zieks? Anyone other than you, I shouldn't imagine. Would I be right in assuming that you have no representation as yet? Defense lawyers shy away from any trial involving the Reaper, as I'm sure you know. But this is different! In my career, of all the defendants I've prosecuted, only 19 have ever been acquitted. And we did most of them. Of them, 16 subsequently died in mysterious circumstances. Questions will be asked now. Surely not. I assure you, no defense lawyer will want to touch me with the end of a barge pole. But you didn't actually have anything to do with those people's deaths, did you? It's been 10 years now that I've been known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Believe me, nobody wants to know the true identity of this killer more than I. However, it seems things may come to a head before I have the chance to uncover the truth about that. What does he mean by that? That's all he's given us? Yeah, that's all he's given us. So it appears our conversation has run dry. There was a 2-second silence, that's all. There was a 2-second silence, that's all. Well, in any event, if you'll excuse me now, I wouldn't like to detain you. I was wondering, Lord Von Zieks, if you'd like. I'd be happy to advocate for you. You trust me, do you? Yes. I've heard you speak many times in court. I've seen how you treat people. So I'm quite sure that you would never have taken another's life. It's just my feelings can't be used as evidence in a court of law, sadly. It's a very gracious offer, however. I trust no one. Oh shit. Oh damn. What? Not the police, not the judiciary, and not you Nipponese. But please. I have no intention of engaging your services. The chasm between us is just too wide and too deep, it seems. I'd appreciate it if you don't visit again. Then neither of us will waste any more time. Woo! Perhaps we need to dig a little deeper and find out more about Lord Von Zieks and what happened to Inspector Gregson. All we can do is move. Back to Fresno. Anything new with Gina? No! Alright, we didn't get any new evidence either. Let's try to find the next spot before we stop. Sholmes? Nope. Chief Justice. Ah, here it is. Okay, we'll save here. Option save. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's it for now. Next time, what the balls? Alright, so that's it. I have fun. Hope you have fun watching. That's what's all about it. Having fun. Thanks, goodbye, and see you next time.